guys, today we're going to be doing a review of the REI Quarter Dome 1 tent. It's a tent that I purchased a couple of years ago to replace an old Kelty that I had that was a good tent. It was just a bit on the heavy side. It was a little under 5 pounds. So I was trying to cut some weight back on that. So I did some research and I found the REI Quarter Dome 1. It's been a great tent for me so far. I've been hiking with it for about 2 years. I've probably done, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 hikes or so with it. And I wanted to do a review a lot sooner, but I actually have never had to use it in any kind of inclement weather whatsoever until my last hike. I finally got to use it in some good steady rain. So now I know how it performs under pressure, so I figured it's a good time to give it a review. A couple weekends ago, a friend and I did another section on the Appalachian Trail here in central Virginia, near the James River. And during the overnight hours, it rained pretty good. It rained pretty steadily for most of the night, heavy at times. And like I said, it was the first time I was able to use my tent in weather like that. And I'm very happy with it. I kept very dry inside, no leakage whatsoever. I kept the frog eye vent open, and which kept it ventilated really well, so it wasn't stuffy, no condensation, nothing like that. So we didn't have really strong winds, but the rain was pretty heavy at times, and this tent had absolutely no problem with it. So now I guess we'll show you the setup. It takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to set the tent up, and maybe a little longer for those who are just trying it out for the first time, because it is a little bit of a funny design. It's asymmetrical. The pole system is hubbed, so everything comes in one kind of cluster, which are DAC aluminum poles, nice and lightweight, very good quality. But yeah, maybe after watching this video a couple times, it may help you to be able to set it up faster on your first couple tries or so. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to set up. Like I said, it just takes a couple of minutes. So here you go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get inside the tent so you can see how roomy it is. It is a one-man tent, but it's definitely quite a bit more roomy than the other tents I've had. I've had a Eureka Solitaire solo tent. I've had a Gander Mountain solo tent. They were both much smaller than this. But here I am. You can see I'm sitting about, I don't know, 1.5 feet away from the edge. My feet still have another couple of feet down there. I am sitting upright in my tent, so it's easy to change clothes, stuff like that in here. Plenty of room to sit up. Laying down, I'm 6'2", and my head's about 6 inches from the back of the tent, and my feet still have another foot or so down there, so there's
plenty of room to stretch out side to side. Not a big deal. I even pull my backpack and set it over here in the corner at night. The vestibule does have plenty of room. I put my boots and all my other stuff right out there in the vestibule. So yeah, plenty of room inside here for one person. All right, there's a couple little small things about the tent I think are worth pointing out for people who are just buying this tent and just learning how to set it up. I guess we'll start with the first thing, which I actually just recently discovered after a little while of backpacking this thing, but I don't know if you can see, but underneath there's a secondary clip for this rain fly. So the body of your tent and the rain fly will both clip onto that little point there at the end of this half pole. I didn't realize at first that the rain fly had a clip as well. It did fine without it, but I clip it up now that I know I'm supposed to. But it does have a little frog eye ventilation there. You can pop up or down. And one cool thing about this is a lot of tents have these frog eyes, you know, for ventilation and everything, but the REI was pretty brilliant in the fact that they put a zipper here on the inside of the tent so you can access that frog eye as you need to. So if you need to close it down during a really heavy rain or anything, or to save warmth or whatever, you can do that from inside of your tent without having to get out. Another thing that I didn't notice the first time I pitched the tent was where the rain fly actually stakes out in the back. Underneath of that, it clips to the body of the tent. So when you pull the back of the rain fly out taut, it actually pulls the body of the tent with it and takes away from that angle on the inside. It gives you more of a vertical wall. This really creates a feeling of a lot more space. Let's see what else. Oh, one thing I noticed about the footprint with this tent, and I've seen other people comment on this as well, that the footprint actually comes with grommets that are supposed to fit, you know, down on the end of your pole there. It's supposed to go underneath of all this, but I guess it's a bad design. The only flaw I've found so far in this tent is that the end of that pole is actually not long enough to accommodate the rain fly, the tent body, and the ground cloth grommets. So really, you don't need the ground cloth grommets. I just kind of put it under the tent there, and you know, make sure none of my edges are sticking out, so they're not going to collect any rain. And really, that's all you need. You don't have to, you know, actually attach it to the poles. It's not a big deal. But yeah, those are just a couple of the little things that I thought were worthy of mentioning.
Alright guys, so I really appreciate you watching the video today. It's a great tent, so I decided to do a review on it. For anybody who's looking for a lightweight solo backpacking tent who doesn't want to spend you know, $300 or $400 on a big Agnes, I got this for $220 at REI. So it's certainly not the cheapest tent in the world, but it's far from the most expensive as well. So I think the value is very good on this tent. The quality is great. It's very lightweight. Weighs just over 2 pounds. 2 pounds, 2 ounces, or excuse me, minimum weight. It's probably about 2.5 pounds with the ground cloth and everything. Packs up pretty small, fits in my pack very easily. I do tend to pack everything separately just for sheer convenience. Just fits in my pack easier that way. So yeah, anyways, if you're in the market, go check out an REI quarter dome one. I definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching.